But first, a review of a platformer from celebrated game designer Tim Schafer.
He's sort of the Tim Burton of the video game industry, so we've been dying to get our hands on his latest project.
Now it's here, and we're thrilled to bring you our review of Psychonauts. The human mind, 6,000 miles of synaptic fiber, 5.5 ounces of cranial fluid, 1,500 grams of complex neural matter, a 3-pound pile of dreams. In theory. In Psychonauts, gray matter becomes both weapon and battlefield.
Where am I?
You are inside your own mind.
You play as Rasputin, a mini-mental marine who wants nothing more in the world than to be a psychonaut. Think special agents capable of entering your mind. Raz has run away from his clairvoyant Hayden old man and infiltrated Whispering Rock Psychic Summer Camp, a sort of secret psychic dojo for kiddies with special minds.
And then you'll make their heads explode?
No. Do you do that?
No. Well, once kinda.
While training with some of the greatest psychonauts in the world, Raz stumbles upon a sinister plot to steal the brains of his fellow nauts in training.
Now hold still. This will only hurt until your brains come flying out.
What follows is a quest through some of the most disturbed minds this side of... Because most levels are based on the minds of those around Raz, the presentation in each area differs from the previous, usually in whacked-out fashion.
This is so cool.
Earning merit badges and new abilities is the only way Raz can hope to become a full-fledged psychonaut and save his fellow campers. Each new ability earned opens up new sections to each explored cerebrum. As you collect mental cobwebs, figments of imagination, and good old emotional baggage, Raz's abilities continually flourish, giving this platformer RPG-like character growth.
You, new boy. Seen bear lurking in woods?
What really gets its hooks in ya are the characters. Raz and the entire cast of Psychonauts are all superbly written and acted. Sure, they may be slightly quirky and psychotic, but they feel like a homegrown, dysfunctional family after a while. Man, do I know what that feels like. When playing, you'll actually feel an attachment to your lobotomized cohorts, which gives you even greater resolve to see Raz's quest through to the end in the hopes of returning their brains to them.
TV?
Of course, right?
I mean, when their domes are pillaged, all they crave is TV. That's just sick. Cruel and unusual punishment. This is one of those highly creative games we just don't see enough of these days. Levels are fun, gameplay is solid, and the puzzles and bosses require more than a bit of brain matter to figure out, resulting in a nice sense of accomplishment every time you reach a new milestone in Raz's adventure.
I hope you have learned a lesson here today.
Yes, I have. That shooting things is fun and useful.
Psychonauts is one of the most unique, enjoyable, and genuinely funny games being released this year.
Didn't think you'd get to the end so fast. Dang, I didn't think you'd get to the end at all.
We give it a 4 out of 5.
This is so cool.
This game is hilarious. It's probably one of the best written games we've ever played.
It's consistently funny, unlike the show.
Seriously, the writing, the acting, and the dialogue in Psychonauts is great. It really is.
It's like the polar opposite of one of our other favorite games this year, Resident Evil 4.
Resident Evil 4 had amazing gameplay, but the cutscenes were beautiful but cheesy.
Yeah.
On the other hand, during Psychonauts, I would be playing a level and I couldn't wait to get to the next cutscene.
Really did love this game, so who gets the credit for it?
Well, a lot of it has to go to designer Tim Schafer, who's created some of the most memorable game worlds of the last decade.
Here's a look at some of his best work.
Sorry for the wait, Mr. Flores. I am ready to take you now.
True innovation surpasses our expectations of what experience is capable of. The challenge of great game design is to create a world with an internal set of rules that draws you into trying to make sense of how they work. Tim Schafer is a game designer who has created a seminal psychological depth to the gaming experience. He is most intrigued by the relationship between the gamer and the character they use to explore his unique world.
Let us see if you are mentally prepared for this endeavor, young man.
For Schafer, the game character is an amusement park ride, the avatar as a means of conveyance to the far reaches of imagination. The Monkey Island series, for example, was heavily influenced by the Disney ride Pirates of the Caribbean.
But you won't escape the taste of my blade!
Schafer approaches his titles with an accomplished writer's insight.
It's the fear of death that makes monsters of us all.
He began his gaming career as a coder, with a restless desire to reinvent story development. His influences range from the classic film noir of Billy Wilder to the writing of Kurt Vonnegut, inventing characters of unrivaled voice and wit.
Yeah. Twist this, all right?
Schafer explores the idea that games, by their very nature, allow the player to explore a reality-bending surrealism. He capitalizes on this innate aspect of video games, like the imaginative possibilities of a cinematic dream sequence.
We all have emotional baggage, kid.
The creatures that populate Schafer's worlds are symbols, fragments from a Freudian dream state.
Hey, I look good in this, don't I?
Yeah, well, they say black is slimming.
Schafer seeks to draw the gamer into a role where they become the intuition of the character, not the thought. That voice the avatar just can't get out of his head.
I'm here to be a psychonaut.
Down here it's pushing brooms, not bending spoons.
This preserves the player's interest in the avatar. Unlike a first-person shooter where the player is the character, Schafer's game population have lives of their own.
Sales agents usually don't come over to this part of the garage.
Psychonauts so clearly symbolizes Schafer's approach to game design.
And I'm here to recruit you for the greatest job in the world. Being a psychonaut.
The mind as a form of transportation, fording the great distances that cover who we are and what uniquely makes us human. Schafer looks beyond the easy seduction of cutscenes and the industry's obsession with graphic realism. He sees true innovation in a game's ability to be unpredictable, pioneering satisfaction, reinventing our expectations. Schafer has created an infinite future of gaming possibilities, one that invites everybody. It's easy to waste a demon.
Good. Well, you got them all.
But for Tim Schafer, it's much more satisfying to discover what makes it cry.
Why do demons cry?
They get dropped by Microsoft, which is what happened to Tim Schafer and Psychonauts before the game was released.
See, whimsical games don't fare well on the Xbox.
Xbox owners tend to gravitate to mature games like Doom 3 and Halo 2.
So Microsoft kicked T-rated Psychonauts loose, which is fine with us because it means the game will be coming out on the platformer-friendly PS2 as well as the Xbox.
And you should go out and buy it.